I'm super excited. We're going to do a fun quick live today, and we're going to do teen survival. What would I eat instead of chips? What can I make in a quick pinch? And we're going to meet my son today. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put together a quick flax chip. Now this one is super easy, and I was really shocked when I found out how easy this one is. It's equal parts of ground flax and water. I like a little bit of whole flax as well, just because I like the texture. Now, the recipe I saw called for the blonde flax. Now, when I first tried them, I only had the dark one, and I didn't mind it. It was a different flavor, so these ones are going to be a little bit different. I haven't tried them yet. So we're going to do a half of a cup of combination of seeds and ground flax. And then we're going to add a half a cup of water, and we're going to let it rest for 10 minutes. Now, the other variation we're going to make to this is we're going to season them. So half of them are going to be a savory cracker. We're going to add cracked pepper and oregano to them. And the other half we're going to add sweetener and some cinnamon. So they'll be more like a dessert cracker. And then we're going to make a couple dips. So we're going to make some savory dips and some sweet dips. And I'm super excited. So first thing, we've got our half of a cup. And we're going to pour it in there, and we're going to add a half of a cup of water to that. Okay, and we've got filtered water here. We're going to put a half of a cup. This is honestly, I think, the easiest recipe that you can make, and I'm going to give you a couple tips and tricks for it. Because although it's an easy recipe, I know a lot of people have a hard time with it. And I'm going to tell you what tips I came across that made it easier. So we're just going to mix it together, and don't panic, because first it looks really liquidy, but it's going to soak in all of the moisture. So we're going to leave this set aside for 10 minutes. Put that out of there. And then I'm going to get Isaac to come say hi to you guys, and we're going to show you our first project. Just a quick hi. He's shy. Just poke in, quick wave. Hey!
Hello.
Okay, you can sit down again for a minute. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is pepperoni chips. So we've got a double piece of paper towel, and it's folded in half with our pepperoni, and this is going to go in the microwave. Can you pop the microwave for me, Isaac? For 1 to 1.5 minutes, depending on your microwave. So we're going to put it on for 1 minute to start, and then take a peek at that. Now, if you wanted, your kids to have a quick after-school snack, we're just showing basically a platter, so it's not a meal size. It's just a couple pieces of pepperoni and salami. So we're going to do the pepperoni chips, and we're going to do the salami chips. We're going to do a quick microwave cheese chip, and then a bacon and cheese chip really quick, and our flax chips. So it's just a quick, we'll put it together. I don't know how long it'll take us, but if we weren't talking about it, probably about 10 minutes to put together for an after-school snack. And it's a nice little platter of different assorted things. And then our bonus recipe is going to be a breakfast in bed for mom. Just a quick, easy one. Nothing difficult. So this one is almost done. And what we've got ready here to do our cheese chips. Now, I know you guys have probably made them in the oven before, and I have too. When I was a little kid, I was obsessed with melting cheese. And it's the same concept. You just melt it in the microwave on your plate. Now, the pepperoni ones we're going to put in for another 30 seconds. And I'm just going to flip them over. And can you pass me a paper towel, Isaac? We're going to put one more paper towel on top because it's a little bit soggy. Excellent. And we're going to put it in for another 30 seconds. So we're just putting a little bit of cheese on a round plate, and we're going to melt that in the microwave until it's nice and bubbly. And then when it cools, we're going to cut it into little tortilla chips. These ones are salami. It's easier because I've dropped them and spilled them before. If you fold them in half on the way into the microwave, less catastrophe. Okay. And you'll hear them bubble and crackle quite a bit. Almost done. The salami, I find, take the minute. The pepperoni, depending on the size of your pepperoni, usually take a minute and a half. So we're going to pull those ones out and put these ones in for 1 minute, and then I'll show you what they look like. Okay, and if you could pass me one dry paper towel, Isaac, to put them out on. Excellent. Okay. So when they come out of our paper towel, this is what they look like. So when we let them cool, they'll get nice and crispy. And if they're not as crispy as you want, just throw them back in for a little bit longer. You can make these in the oven as well if you don't have a microwave oven. And you can either bake them at 300 or broil them until they're crispy, whichever works out easier for you. Can we take a peek at that flax and see how it's doing? Awesome. Oh yeah, it's thickening up pretty good. So I'm going to let you guys take a peek at it just so you have an idea. It's only been a few minutes, but it's already starting to get nice and thick. So, oh yeah, no, we're good. I think that's okay. But yeah, if you want to tip the camera, oh, do you know what? Last time I tried to tip the camera, I went out and then it was all broken like. Oh, perfect. Excellent. So we're going to let that sit for just a couple more minutes to thicken up. And we're going to pull out our salami chips. Yay, and they're done already. Do you want them crispier?
That's okay.
Okay. And then these ones are the salami chips. So what we're going to do is we're going to just put these in between so we can put the other ones on top. And then after, when they're all ready to go, we'll put them on just a little platter to go. Okay. Now, I'll get you to toss that for me. Now, the cheese one, we're going to put in the microwave for, we're going to start 30 seconds at a time because we want it to be cooked but not overcooked. And it's been a long time since I've done it this way in the microwave. Now, while that's going in there, let's get one of the dips going too. Now, what I prepared in the bowls here is a mix of sour cream and mayo to make the dip. Now, I have two that are a premix dip and one we're going to make together. So this one is an Epicure 3-onion dip mix. Now, there are some ingredients in here that aren't exactly fully keto. But again, we talked about better and worse last night. And I'm going to say, yes, there's a little bit in the spices, cornstarch, but is it better than the processed chip dip that I would have bought? So we put about, I'm going to say 2.5 tablespoons of each sour cream and, yeah, if you want to tip that, Isaac, sour cream and mayo in there. And then we're adding 2 teaspoons of the seasoning. And we're just going to give that one a mix. And this one is 3-onion dip mix. And with these, the longer they chill, the better they are. So you kind of want to do them up the night before if you get a chance to. So I'll get you to throw that one in the fridge for me, Isaac. And that one's done. Let's take a peek at our cheese. Okay, so we're going to do another 30 seconds. See how it's more bubbly around the edges? We want it to be that way in the middle too. And actually, I'm going to say 20 seconds. So let's put 20 seconds on there. And if you want to grab your platter, Isaac, we'll start putting the stuff that's ready on there at the same time. Oh, right here. While I wait for those to come out, you may as well get some of your meats and stuff on there. Oh yeah, stitch one by all means. I'm going to stitch one too. The salamis are my favorite. Okay. Okay, 10 more seconds. Actually, you know what? We'll put them on after at the end because they don't want to sit up nice on there. Okay. Now, the next one that we're going to do... Oh, yeah, those are done. Okay. So this is what you want it to look like if you want to tip the camera, Isaac. It's all really, really bubbly, and you can see that the grease has separated from it. Now we're going to let that cool just for a minute, and we're going to pull it out with a spatula, and we're going to put the second one in for the first 30 seconds. Okay, so that's going to cool just for a minute. Loosen up the edges, and then we're going to let it cool. So while we're doing that one, the next pre-mix that I have for you guys is a cheese and chives bacon dip. So same thing, we've got the mayo and the sour cream together. And we're going to add 2 teaspoons of the Epicure mix. Okay, you want to stir that, Isaac, while I pull the cheese out of the microwave? Okay, so again, we're halfway. Now, this one, we're going to add a little bit of crumbled bacon to. And again, we'll chat better and worse. If I have time, I make my own bacon, and you can have it crumbled and you can keep it in the fridge. Don't always have the time. Sometimes you need convenience for your family. So we're going to sprinkle a bit of bacon on top of the half-cooked cheese that we had on the go. And we're going to put it back in the microwave for another 30 seconds. So I'm going to let you guys have a quick peek of that before it goes back in the microwave. Okay, now our ground flax is ready, so we're going to divide it half and half into each bowl. And in this half, we're going to add some Himalayan salt, some cracked pepper, and some mixed Italian herbs. A little bit more pepper in there. Okay, so I'll get you to stir that one for me, Isaac. Our second cheese chips are ready, so we're going to let them cool off just a minute. And I'm going to heat up the skillet for, now usually I bake these flax crackers, but I decided I didn't really feel like getting all up in the oven today. So we're going to do them in the pan. Now for the sweet ones, we're going to use a cinnamon mix. Now this one it's a Watkins one. It's called an apple baking mix. So it's got cinnamon and a couple other things in there. And then we're going to add a little bit of xylitol, and any of your keto-friendly sweeteners are going to work for this, just depending on what you've got and what you like. Yay, that one's ready. Okay, so I'm going to swap you out this one for this one. And I'm going to add a little bit of dark flax seed into this one too, just because I like the color of it in there. Okay, so what we've got now is kind of more of a doughy kind of mixture. Okay, that's those, perfect. That's heating up. Now, I'm going to show you how to do the cheese chips now. And I've got a little piece of parchment paper right there for them. And we're going to let it cool just a little bit more. So you can see around the edges it's ready to come up, and in the middle it's still kind of cheesy. So we're going to let it cool just a little bit longer. I don't want to put them in the fridge though, because I find that the cheese chips get kind of weird in the fridge. But oddly enough, the bacon, and I think because, you know, bacon loves us all, the bacon one is a little bit more firm. So this one we're going to try to slide it off your direction so you can see. Actually, you know what? We're going to let that one cool another minute too. I'm going to wreck it trying to take it off. Okay, so we're going to roll out our flaxseed. And when I watched the recipe for it, it said to use parchment paper to roll it out in. And I found that because of the moisture in the flax, that it didn't really work all that well for me. That the parchment paper seemed to absorb the moisture a lot. So I use either plastic wrap or I use wax paper wrap to do that. So we're just going to pour it out on top of and get another slice to go over top. Now, the thinner that you make these, the crispier they're going to be. The thicker they are, the more of a cracker kind of texture it's going to be. According to the recipe, ideally you want them to be like one thickness of seed. Okay, so it's really super easy to see when it's between the papers. That's kind of what you want. Now, because we want these to be ready quicker than they normally would, and we're not going to let them rest all that long, I'm going to put them in the freezer just for a minute so that they'll firm up. Because I'm not going to bake them, I'm going to fry them. So I want them to be a little bit more firm. Okay, maybe not the freezer because we don't have space for that. So we're winging it. Okay, so these ones are the sweet. These ones are the savory with the black flax seed in them. And then this one's going to be the sweet one. And we're going to sprinkle a little extra cinnamon on top to help differentiate them too a bit. Take the first one out from under there, and I'm just going to set it side over here. There we go, that works. And then this one we're going to roll out the same way. And this again was only a half of a cup of flaxseed and a half of a cup of water all together. Now, when I'm baking them, I transfer it from the plastic wrap to parchment paper. But today, we're going to transfer them, hopefully, fingers crossed, and I think we are going to have to freeze them a minute. What I'm going to get you to do, Isaac, is I'm going to put them on a pan, and if you could just run them down to the freezer real quick, then I will start doing the electrolyte drink, and that will work better, I think. Thank you, dude. Okay, so the other thing we're going to do today is we are going to look at electrolyte drinks, because I hear a lot of people have issues with the keto flu. They need extra salt. They need to get it in different ways, and I don't know about where you guys live, but where I live, I don't have access to the ones with sweeteners that work for me. And I say sweeteners that work for me because there's a lot of different keto approved sweeteners and they don't necessarily work for everybody. Like, I seem to have an iron stomach and I can have a lot of the sweeteners that other people can't. Now, for example, I will buy these kind of sweeteners. Now, the stevia is better. I like it. Sometimes I can only get the Crystal Light and it's not as good a sweetener. My son really likes the Mios. So we're going to kind of talk better and worse again today. We're going to make his electrolyte drink with the Mio, and we're going to make mine with food coloring and sweetener that I have, just sweetener extract. So when I looked up the recipe, because this is what actually really surprised me, guys. I looked up because someone asked me in my group just today. They were looking for an electrolyte drink, and I suggested pickle juice because that's my favorite. And her answer was, I don't think I can. So when I looked it up, the recipe is 6 cups of water, half a teaspoon of light salt. I'm not really sure what light salt is. We're going to use pink Himalayan salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon pink Himalayan salt, 2 teaspoons of natural calm magnesium supplement, which I just happen to have because my sister got me a sample of it. and then sweetener and flavor to choice. So we're gonna do that as well today, because I know at my house, I buy those by the case, but only every couple months when I go to Costco, and at my regular store it's not available. So I'm excited to be able to make it for Isaac at home. So we're gonna get our jug, and can you grab me the big measuring cup, hon? Awesome. So we'll start measuring out what goes into there. And it also called for fresh lemon or fresh lime juice. So we're going to use a little bit of lime because that's what I have left over from last night's recipe. So we'll start with a little bit of squeeze of lime, and I'm using honestly about 1/3 of a half of a lime. So just a little bit of fresh lime juice in there. And then we're going to put the pink Himalayan salt. And then 2 teaspoons of the natural calm. And I'm not sure how much is in a packet. I'm guessing that's probably what's in a packet. But let's take a peek, because I haven't used this yet. It will be my first time. I've heard lovely things about it though. I don't know if you guys use it or not, but my sister bought it for me because she really likes it. So yeah, about 2 teaspoons is a packet. So if you have the single serve packets, you're good to go. And then sweetener to choice. So we're going to use his Mio for sweetener. So we're going to add 6 cups of water. I'm going to measure it out, Isaac, if you want to pour it into your jug. Okay, that one. Thank you. Into your juice jug, yeah. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I love that you humor me. I love that you love me. You love it when I don't say that on camera. It is. I'm going to grab you a spoon to stir that. And then you're going to add your Mio to taste, to color, or however much you want to add in there. It's an experiment. I'm excited to try. Maybe I'm more excited because I'm going to save the money if you like it. Fingers crossed. Okay, and while you're adding the color to that, I'm going to take these cheese chips off. So now that they're cooled, you can just take it right off of the plate like that. And the same thing with the bacon ones. So if you don't want them as chips, these make wicked wraps as well. Cheese wraps, taco shells. Oh, we lost a piece of bacon. Cheese wraps, taco shells. So you can have them that way instead of as a chip. We're just going to blot a little bit of the excess oil off of them so that they're not all greasy. And then we're just going to cut them with a pizza slicer. How does it taste? Does it taste just like your regular Mio, or does it taste a little different?
A bit different.
But not like a bad different?
No.
Awesome. Okay, so that's those ones. Okay, so that's those. We'll cut up this one. And then we have just a couple more dips to mix, and we'll quick fry up our chips, and then we're done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this project with you and let you cut up the rest of the chips while I start our last savory dip. I'm going to pop, ooh, I like the color of that. Maybe we should, I mean, it's just meal. It doesn't really look any different than regular, but I'll take a picture of it later for the feed anyhow. Oh, here I thought Okay, so this one is the same mix of mayo and sour cream. And this one, we're going to add some fresh lime. Just a little teeny little piece that I'm going to squeeze in there. And then we're going to add some fresh dill. And my trick for herbs is to squeeze them all together and cut them with my scissors. And to your taste, I really like a lot of dill. So the more dill you like, put more dill in it. And then we're going to put just a little bit of the real lemon. And I'm going to put just a little drop of lemon extract because I want it to be really lemony. And I find with raw lemon, it's not always a super lemon taste. So I'm just putting 1 drop of lemon extract in there. So bring this one so you guys can see. So this one is going to be a lemon and lime dill. We're going to add some Himalayan salt and some cracked pepper. Okay, that's that one, and I'm going to put just a little piece of dill in there for garnish. And I'll let you show that one.
Nice color.
That tastes really nice. Okay, yeah, in the fridge. So that's our savory dips. Now we're going to do our sweet ones. Because we're going to do sweet crackers too. Now, again, sweetener of choice. For these kind of projects, I like the stevia liquid better than a powdered sweetener because it's not grainy. When I do my faux yogurt, it's sour cream, and then I add the sweetener. So when I do my evening snack, it's usually this amount. It's like, honestly, a couple tablespoons of yogurt, a little squirt of sweetener, and then whatever flavor I want. So I decided for our flavors, our first is going to be pralines and cream, and then we're going to garnish that with pecan pieces. And honestly, it's my favorite bedtime snack. But I thought, why not do it with a nice little dip platter? For example, if you were, you were going to a party and you wanted to have, a little platter, you can do up some chips and you can do some savory dips and you can do some sweet dips. So with these ones, because these ones are a candy extract as opposed to your regular flavored extract, they're a lot stronger. So with these ones, you only want a drop or 2. If you go nuts, you will be sorry that you went nuts. Because it's a very, very overpowering flavor. Okay, so that's that one. I'm just going to have a taste of that and see if it's sweet enough. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, and then we're going to garnish that one with just a couple pecan pieces. And I'm just going to grab like 2 halves and break it up on top of there a little bit smaller. Okay, so this one is our pralines and cream pecan dip, if you want to show that one, Isaac. And then I will move on to the next flavor. And these ones are just sour cream, so there's no mayo in these because they're just for a sweet one. Then our next flavor, we're going to do a pina colada. So same thing, 1 squirt of sweetener, a couple drops of pina colada flavor. Now, everybody, if you guys have seen me before, you know I do get out of hand. So even though it's for my kid, we're going to do blue because, you know, blue is less awful. But I'm going to make it bright blue pina colada. Sorry, dude, with sparkles. The food color won't hurt you any when you eat it. Oh, it smells good. You're not going to eat the pina colada one anyways. The pina colada one's going to be for me. Okay. Now, these ones are just gelatin, so they will dissolve and make like kind of a cool swirl pattern as they get used up with your chip dip. And then we're going to make one last one. We're going to make chocolate. And while I'm mixing up the last one, make a mess everywhere. I will get you, Isaac, to go and grab those crackers out of the freezer for me. Out of the road, dog. There's no scraps here for you. She's hovering just in case. Oh, did you try the ones with the bacon? Are they good?
I did.
Awesome.
They are.
Oh, good. Yay, thumbs up on cheese and bacon chips. Okay, last flavor we're going to do is chocolate. Now, we're going to use a combination of cocoa and chocolate flavored extract. Because I find that when I do stuff like this with just cocoa, it's a little bitter for my taste. So again, this is just yogurt. We're going to do a squeeze of sweetener. We're going to add, I'm going to say about 1/4 teaspoon. I use a combination of red cocoa and black, which I just buy bulk. So we're going to put about 1/4 teaspoon of red, 1/4 teaspoon of black, and we're going to put 1 drop of chocolate flavor in there. And again, these ones is only a drop because they're candy extracts. So they're a super, super strong flavored extract. And I did make the mistake when I first got them of adding too much. I am looking into getting an assortment of little glass droppers for them so that you only end up, oh yay, awesome, okay, perfect, that will help a lot.
I'm going to put this, it's cold.
Just set it on the table for 2 seconds. Okay, and I'm going to add just a little bit more of the dark black cocoa because I like the color of that one. Okay. Now, if I was doing it for a party, I would take the time to clean out the edges of the bowls and stuff like that so that it was all pretty, but we're not going to bother with that today because it's just for a quick teenager snack. But if you guys are taking these for a party, I think they're a really, really great idea for that. Yep, that's right. And then I have, oh, where'd they go? Ooh, they're edible flower blossoms. Oh! So we're going to stick some of those on there just because why not? Okay, so I'll get you to take that one to show Isaac. Okay, and that one can go in the fridge. We're going to cook up these crackers and then we're going to do our quick breakfast for Mom. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to let you do up your platter because usually I make them and I make them look all however I want them to look. But this one's yours, so I'm going to let you throw your stuff on your platter while I get these chips in.
Oh, it's going to be hideous, you know.
Okay, maybe I better do it because no. Okay, dude, I take it back.
Oh, what the heck?
Well,
No way, it's
okay,
my platter.
okay,
I'm
guys. Okay, you guys have to accept that he does not have my obsession with putting things together pretty.
How dare you?
Pass me the.
How dare you?
Pass me the olive oil.
How dare you?
Oh, dude, you laugh at me every day for rearranging my food and then
That's
taking
because
pictures
it's ridiculous.
of it.
But
Well,
don't
it
think
is.
that I don't
It's
like to have
ridiculous.
things look nice.
Okay, you make it look nice.
Maybe I don't want to have it look nice.
Okay, but if it doesn't look nice, guys, you can't judge me. I didn't do it this time. See, now I've laid down the gauntlet. That's like that's the beautiful challenge.
I'm gonna make the nicest platter you've ever seen.
Oh, yay! It worked. Reverse psychology.
Or maybe I won't.
Or maybe I won't. Try it on your children at home.
Maybe I'll just keep it. Maybe half of it will like look nice, and half of it will look like Frankenstein's food platter.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm willing to accept that too, because you know it's all about pieces. We accept each other's pieces.
I get
Okay.
it.
So I'm gonna grab out these chips, and I'm really glad that I
How dare
decided to
you.
put a different color on one than the other because I'm so smart. Oh, I know it's smoking. I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit. Sorry.
Is this it? Is all just going in the platter?
No. We're still gonna have the other chips that are gonna go on there.
Okay, then what the heck? Why haven't you make it now?
Well, because we needed something to amuse the people, and
This is
you know, annoying
ridiculous.
you amuses the people.
Ah, I see. I get it.
So far, I've only annoyed Al publicly.
Yeah.
You've gotten off scot-free.
No, I understand. People don't have kids for happiness or anything like that. It's to monetize them. I understand. I get it. That makes sense.
Oh, dude, I love you so much. Do you know what? When you were little, when people didn't like me, I would introduce them to you, and they really liked you. So.
What do you mean? What do you mean when I was little?
Well,
you used
not
to do
even
that
when you were
like
little.
a couple years ago. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I did that. Okay, so because it's nice and frozen on there, it's gonna come off in a little piece. Oh, watch yourself there. And I'm just gonna peel them off and pop them into the grease we got on the go. Oh, careful, careful. Child abuse. Careful. Hang on, let me get the splatter straight. There you go. Safety in numbers.
My goodness.
I know, right? I haven't done them this way before. This is what happens when I try to when I try to wing it. Which is really how I do everything. Oh, and then they fell apart that way. Dang it. Okay, so I'm gonna say these need to freeze a little bit longer so that they're a little bit more firm.
I'm making a platter. I can't
Okay, you're making a platter. I'll run them down to the freezer.
Good. Well then. Guess it's just me up here making my platter.
We might end up having to bake them. I might have just thought that I could fry them because sometimes I do that too. So while we're waiting for those to freeze and crossing our fingers and dying from the smoke, while all of that is going on, okay, now careful you don't melt that because that's hot. Okay, I'm going to mix up my electrolyte drink. And because we had talked better or worse, I'm going to use color and sweetener of my choice. And I hadn't really planned to make one, so I didn't pick a flavor. So, I'm going to say strawberry is usually my favorite flavor. So we're going to do one strawberry and one, what the heck, we've already got the pina colada out. One strawberry, one pina colada. So I'm going to do a 3-cup half batch for me. Actually, let's put the stuff in it first. So we're going to put the Himalayan salt. We're going to put the lime. And a half of a pack of natural calm, which is 1 teaspoon. Yeah, I know, dude. Okay, so half of this.
Half of it.
Half, only half. And if I say it 5 times, maybe everyone will remember it's half.
Are you sure it's half?
I'm sure. It's like, that's a quarter twice. That's like 25 cents is a quarter of a dollar. Oh, look how smart I am.
It's also like 4/8.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right? So, and then we're going to add 3 cups of water.
3 cups.
3. 1, 2, 3. Like when you were little and we counted.
Okay.
Trade me that one for the other water. I don't know what I did with the lid.
I found it.
Yay! What would I do without you?
Die.
Die. You're exactly right, dude. That's so exactly what would happen. I would die. Okay, so then this one I'm going to add. Oh, can you open that one for me? We'll do the pina colada first. I'm going to say probably about 2 drops of the pina colada flavoring and 2 squirts of stevia sweetener. Oh, that smells so nice. Okay. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more flavor. That is very nice though. That's water I might actually drink. I can't lie to you guys. I tell everybody drink more water and then I don't drink more water. Coffee counts as water, right? Thumbs up if coffee is water. Because that's... Hey, dude, I see you shaking your head at me behind your back. No, the people agree with me. They do. They do. So I'm going to put mine into a jug and then I'm going to rinse this out so I can use it to mix the other half of the flavor.
Half of it.
Yeah. Double quarters. Like double thumbs up. Okay, so this one is my pina colada electrolyte drink. And this one is with the Skinny Girl stevia and flavoring. That's it. So that's that one. Oh, we're running out of fridge room, aren't we? Yeah. Okay, then same thing. Salt. Lime. Oh, that pan is still bubbling. So yeah, I'm going to say, guys, we're going to skip frying those chips. And I think I'm going to bake them up later and then just post them on my feed. Because I told you guys, sometimes things are experiments and they don't work out. This will be my first fail live. So I will bake them and then show you guys what they look like baked. But I think there's enough going on the platter that we don't really need them all that much either.
Are you kidding me? Those cookies or crackers or whatever were going to be my centerpiece.
Oh, I know, and you had like a whole spot for them and everything. Do you know what? We'll put one of the dips in the middle instead. How about that?
No.
No.
It's not the same.
No. Okay, now, although this is strawberry, because I'm Dory, we're going to go with hot pink instead of red, just because. So we're going to put 3 drops of the strawberry. Now, this one I'm not going to sweeten because... Well, I'm not going to sweeten with stevia because I just used the last squirt that I have. But what I'm going to do is we have talked a little bit before about the fresh stevia leaf plant that I grow. So this is the raw form of the stevia processed plant. So I'm going to take just a few leaves and I'm going to give them a quick rinse and I'm going to put them in there. And the same way that your tea steeps in hot water, it's going to sweeten my drink without any chemical sweetener. So I'm just going to pull off a couple small leaves here and give them a quick rinse. And I'll just show you guys. So now these I either use fresh like this. You can just take a couple leaves and put them in your tea. That one fell on my foot. That's funny. When I do my tea, I'll put my tea bag and 3 little leaves of stevia, and it usually will sweeten 2 cups of tea for me. So if I just leave it in there, it really is very, very sweet. So we don't really even need to break them up, but I'm just going to put them in as whole leaves, and then when I dish up my drink, I will either chew them or take them out. I like the taste of them and they don't bother me. So I'm just going to put them in there like that. And then we're going to put some purple neon color, why not? There we go. So that one is my strawberry flavored neon purple, just because why not? And this one is sweetened only with stevia leaf. So then we got to talk better and worse, I think, all the way around the board for sweeteners.
It's strawberry and you made it purple.
I know, it's purple strawberry because I'm a rebel. I am a rebel. I almost made it teal strawberry just because. Rebel. I know, right? It doesn't even match. I'm going to taste it though and see what it tastes like. And this one, oh, that's nice. The longer it sits, the sweeter it will get because the stevia will soak out of there. So I'm going to say, I almost forgot mine. This one you get to do. So our bonus recipe, breakfast in bed for mom, super easy. Okay, we've got a ramekin, 1 egg. Isaac, ramekin into the egg.
Ramekin into the
Yeah, no, other way around. Egg, crack it into the ramekin.
Done.
No, silly. You want to take it out of the shell. I'm not eating in this shell. I can't believe I almost forgot the bonus for me. Oh. Okay, then I want you to break the yolk only just because I don't like wiggly yolks. Pinch of salt. Pinch of pepper. Some fresh Italian herb. That one's our garden one. In the microwave, 1 minute.
Yes, mother.
Yes, thank you, dude. Do you want to show them this while we...
Am I gonna show?
Oh, just take it over there and, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, look at the bottle. It's awesome.
What a beautiful bottle.
It is. It's so pretty. And then I'm going to put the lid on it and it can go in the fridge.
I would show you the stevia leaves, but I think I'd pour it out. So.
Yeah, it might spill. But we could shake it to show the leaves. Oh,
Spill
guess
it
what?
right now.
Yeah, that lid isn't spill proof. Haha. Not spill proof.
That
Almost
egg's
done.
popping.
It is popping, and it's just about done.
21
I'm gonna say,
seconds.
yeah, well, only 10 more because it's popping and they're pretty good. Okay, so this is what the egg itself looks like. Handful of cheese.
A handful.
Well, a little pinch. Not a handful. You have way bigger hands than I do. Perfect. Pinch of bacon.
Yeah, got that bigger hands thing.
Yeah, you do have bigger hands than I do. And then on one side on the corner, I'm going to get you to put a spoon of salsa. And then a spoon
Let
of...
me spoon my own salsa.
Well, I want the less runny stuff, and it's my salsa.
I understand that, but my goodness.
I know. Control freak, mother. How do you put up with me? I think it's the whole not having a choice thing.
Unbelievable.
No, you love me. I love you. You're awesome. Okay. And you can stick the dill in for garnish wherever you want, not like the Christmas tree.
Well, I know that you're going to be mad at me if I put it anywhere other than there, so...
No, I was going to put it right in here.
Oh. Okay, well, that's a good thing this is my garnish then.
Okay, show it off. And then we're all done. Now, I do have to get a picture of your platter before you eat it.
Well, it's not complete, so you do whatever you want with it. I don't claim it.
Unbelievable.
Which dip do
Look, no. I want them to see. I want them to see how beautiful it would have been.
Okay, you show them how beautiful it would have been before I ruined it.
She
by not
patronized
making
me
chips.
for not having a beautiful platter. Is that not the most beautiful platter you've ever seen?
Oh,
Or it would have
is.
been if it was finished, but alas.
Well, alas. Alas. So if you want to tip it, we're going to put one of the dips in there, and you did really a very good job of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll take pictures of all the other dips and stuff we did, guys. And the electrolyte drinks. Thanks for hanging out with us, and thanks for meeting my kid.
Bye.
Have a great day. Bye.